Every single choice you make is either building your fortune or destroying it. There is no neutral. That snooze button you hit this morning, it went on your ledger. That hour you spent scrolling, recorded. That book you didn't read, noted. Everything you do counts, whether you want it to or not. The wealthy understand something that keeps 95% of people broke forever. The compound effect doesn't care about your intentions. It only cares about your actions. Every choice counts always. You've been told that small things don't matter. That one bad day won't hurt, that you can start fresh tomorrow. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Tomorrow is already being shaped by what you did today, and yesterday, and the day before that. The rich aren't lucky. They're not smarter. They simply understood this principle before you did. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how they use it to stay wealthy while everyone else wonders why they can't get ahead. The invisible ledger. Imagine there's a ledger that follows you everywhere. Every action you take gets recorded. Every choice, every decision, every moment of discipline or laziness. This ledger doesn't judge. It simply keeps score. The problem is that most people think only certain things count. They believe their gym session counts, but their midnight snack doesn't. They think their productive morning counts, but their wasted evening doesn't. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. The wealthy operate differently. They know that everything goes on this ledger. When you waste 30 minutes on social media, that's negative 30 minutes compounding against you. When you choose the easy path over the hard one, that's recorded. When you hit snooze instead of rising early, the ledger notes it. And here's what makes this terrifying. The ledger compounds. Those small negative entries don't just add up. They multiply. That single hour wasted today becomes thousands of hours over a decade. That one skipped workout becomes a pattern of physical decline. Nothing is neutral ever. The wealthy check their ledger constantly. They audit their actions. They understand that every single moment is either an investment or a withdrawal. And this brings us to the most misunderstood aspect of wealth building, the bamboo principle. There's a species of bamboo that does something remarkable. For the first 5 to 7 years, you see almost nothing above ground. You water it, you fertilize it, you protect it, and nothing seems to happen. Most people would give up. They'd say it's not working. They'd try something else. But beneath the surface, something extraordinary is happening. The bamboo is building an extensive root system. It's preparing. It's compounding underground where nobody can see it. Then, seemingly overnight, it shoots up meters in just weeks. Explosion. People look at it and say how fast it grew. But they didn't see the 5 years of invisible work. The wealthy understand this principle intimately. They know that their small daily actions are building root systems. The results you see today are the compound of decisions made years ago. If this is starting to make sense to you, if you're seeing your own patterns clearly for the first time, hit like and subscribe to reprogram more of your money blocks, because what comes next reveals why most people sabotage their own bamboo before it ever breaks ground. The daily champions. Here's a truth that separates the wealthy from everyone else. Champions do daily what everyone else does occasionally. Read that again. The difference isn't in the actions themselves, it's in the frequency. Everyone knows they should read. Champions read every day. Everyone knows they should exercise. Champions exercise every day. Everyone knows they should invest. Champions invest every day. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. The broke person reads a book when they are motivated. The wealthy person reads regardless of motivation. The broke person saves money when they remember. The wealthy person saves automatically, systematically, religiously. This is why lottery winners go bankrupt. They receive the money but don't have the daily habits. The wealth disappears because the compound effect works both ways. Daily actions compound into massive results. Occasional actions compound into occasional results. Which one describes your current approach? The wealthy didn't become wealthy by doing extraordinary things once. They became wealthy by doing ordinary things extraordinarily consistently. But there's a specific reason why consistency feels so impossibly hard. The penny doubling. Let me offer you a choice. You can have $1 million right now, or you can have a penny that doubles every day for 30 days. Most people take the million, it feels obvious. A penny seems worthless, but here's the math that changes everything. By day 15, that penny is only worth about $164. You'd feel like a fool. But by day 30, that penny has become over $5 million. The math doesn't lie, but your brain does. This is the compound effect in its purest form. Small, consistent growth that seems insignificant until suddenly it isn't. The wealthy understand exponential curves. They know that the magic happens at the end, not the beginning. Small daily gains, massive results. But here's why most people fail. They quit on day 15 when results seem pathetic. They don't understand that the explosive growth is coming. They just can't see it yet. Every time you abandon a habit because you're not seeing results, you're walking away from your $1,000,000 penny on day 15. The wealthy stay in the game long enough for the compound effect to work its magic. And this leads us to the most dangerous trap that keeps people poor forever: the neutral illusion. The biggest lie you've been told about success is that there's such a thing as neutral time. Time when nothing counts. Time that doesn't matter. There is no neutral in the compound effect. Every moment is either positive or negative. Every action is either building or destroying. When you waste an hour, you're not standing still. You're actively moving backward. Because while you stood still, everyone else moved forward. While you scrolled, someone else studied. While you slept in, someone else worked out. While you complained, someone else created. The time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time, unless it becomes your pattern. The wealthy don't believe in neutral days. They don't believe in weeks off from discipline. They understand that rest is part of the positive compound, but that excuse-making is part of the negative compound. When someone says they'll start Monday, they're not pressing pause. They're pressing subtract. Every day of delay is a day of negative compounding. And this negative compound is more powerful than most people realize. It doesn't just stop your progress. It actively undoes it. But there's a scientific reason why your brain tricks you into believing neutral exists. Micro choices matter. You make approximately 35,000 decisions every single day. Most of them happen unconsciously. What to eat, when to sleep, how to respond, whether to act or procrastinate. Each decision seems insignificant on its own, but together they form the trajectory of your entire life. It's the little things done consistently over time that determine your success. The wealthy audit their micro choices ruthlessly. They understand that choosing water over soda isn't just about health. It's about building the muscle of discipline. Choosing to read for 10 minutes isn't just about knowledge. It's about training the habit of growth. Every micro choice is a vote for the person you're becoming. Vote poorly enough times, and you become someone who can't stick to anything. Vote wisely enough times, and you become someone who achieves everything. The difference between the wealthy and the poor isn't one big decision. It's millions of tiny ones, made consistently in the same direction. Micro choices, macro results. But knowing this isn't enough. You need to understand exactly where to focus your compound efforts. The wealth momentum. There's a phenomenon in wealth building that rarely gets discussed. It's called momentum. And it's the reason why the rich keep getting richer while the poor keep struggling. Momentum compounds faster than money ever could. When you start building positive habits, the first weeks feel impossible. Every action requires willpower. Every choice requires effort. But something shifts around week 6 to 8. The habits become automatic. The discipline becomes identity. And then momentum takes over. Suddenly, you're not forcing yourself to wake up early. You just do. You're not fighting the urge to scroll. You simply don't want to. Success breeds success, and momentum becomes unstoppable. The wealthy reach escape velocity. They hit a point where their positive compound is so strong that it propels them forward automatically. But here's the dark side. Negative momentum works the same way. Once you've compounded bad habits long enough, breaking free feels impossible. The downward spiral accelerates. 1. Early wins create belief. 2. Belief creates consistency. 3. Consistency creates momentum. 4. Momentum creates automatic success. Your job is to survive long enough to reach positive momentum. And that brings us to the most practical aspect of all of this. Small adjustments win. You don't need to transform your entire life overnight. That's the myth that keeps people stuck in cycles of dramatic change followed by dramatic failure. The wealthy know a different truth. Super small adjustments maintained consistently create massive wealth. Success is a few simple disciplines, practiced every day. 1% better every day means you're 37 times better in a year, not from huge changes, from tiny, almost imperceptible improvements. Wake up 15 minutes earlier, save 5% more, read 10 pages daily, exercise for just 20 minutes. None of these feel significant. None of these feel like wealth-building activities, but compounded over years, they transform everything. Transformation. The mistake most people make is going too big too fast. They try to wake up 3 hours earlier and burn out in a week. They try to save 50% and give up in a month. Tiny gains, massive wealth. The wealthy play the long game with small, sustainable changes. They don't need motivation because the habits are so small they barely require effort. But they compound those small habits for decades. And that's when the magic becomes undeniable. The 1-year test. I want to challenge you with something. Give it 1 year. Just 1 year of consistent compound effort, not perfect effort, consistent effort. 1 year from now, you will wish you had started today. Most people overestimate what they can accomplish in a day and dramatically underestimate what they can accomplish in a year. In 1 year of daily reading, you could consume over 50 books. In 1 year of daily exercise, you could transform your body completely. In 1 year of daily saving, you could have an emergency fund that changes your entire relationship with money. In 1 year of daily skill building, you could master something that pays dividends forever. The wealthy don't think in days, they think in decades. But decades are built from years, and years are built from days, every single day. Your compound year starts today, not Monday, not next month, not when conditions are perfect. The best time to start was years ago. The second best time is now. But there's one final truth that determines whether any of this actually works for you. Your wealth equation. Here's your wealth equation. It's simple but ruthless. Every positive action multiplied by consistency, compounded over time, equals wealth. Every negative action multiplied by frequency, compounded over time, equals poverty. Positive times time equals wealth. There's no luck in this equation, no special circumstances, no advantages you need to be born with, just actions, consistency, and time. The wealthy understand this equation viscerally. They feel it in their bones. Every decision they make runs through this filter. Will this compound positively or negatively? They choose accordingly. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. You now understand what the wealthy have always known. Everything counts. The compound effect is always working. You're either using it to build wealth or it's using you to build poverty. There is no middle ground. Starting today, audit your ledger. Every choice, every action, every moment. Ask yourself, is this going on the positive side or the negative side? Because now you know the truth, and the truth demands action. You came here wondering how the wealthy stay wealthy. Now you know. They understand that everything counts, every single choice, every moment of discipline or laziness, every time they hit snooze or rise early. It all goes on the ledger, and that ledger compounds. Small daily disciplines practiced consistently create massive wealth. The compound effect isn't something you can opt out of. It's working right now in this very moment. The only question is which direction it's pushing you. Remember the bamboo. 5 to 7 years underground, then explosive growth. Remember the penny. Worthless on day 15, millions by day 30. Remember that champions do daily what everyone else does occasionally. Everything counts always forever. If you made it this far, you're already different from 95% of people. Prove it. Comment compound below if you're ready to make everything count starting today. Your mind is either programmed for wealth or poverty. Now you understand the code. The only question is, what will you do with the next 24 hours? If this changed how you see your daily choices, hit like and subscribe. There's more wealth truth to uncover.